Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I usually don't do videos like this where I yap and complain, but I really got cheated out of my level 60 tune that I have 40 plus days played on. I died in Blackwing Lair according to the game, but the death log never registered it. I'm not registered on the guild info death log. My tune essentially died, but not actually died due to a server issue that Blizzard has already confirmed, and they are doing absolutely nothing about it. So I essentially got cheated out of a tune that died but never died actually due to a desync and server issue on Blizzard's end. And again, they are doing nothing about it. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some logs, go over some clips so you guys can see what I'm seeing. I haven't slept yet. I've been punching numbers in, talking to AI, looking at logs, looking at timestamps, and talking with Blizzard. And I've basically, like I said, got it out of Blizzard to where they have admitted that it is on their end and they are just going to do nothing about it. And I lost a tune for essentially no reason. So looking at logs here, we're going to go ahead and look at the poll. Actually, it'd probably be easier to look at the clip first, then we'll look at the logs. So we were pulling a tech pack. I'm over here on Star. I picked up Square because Square was loose. We didn't have an extra hunter to pull it. As you can see, I'm taking bomb damage right here, and I'm going to show you why that's important when we're looking at the logs. So again, the log says that I died to a death, or I'm sorry, a Blackwing technician about 30 to 35 seconds after I have already petried and alt forward, and the log confirmed that I did that. So why did I die mid petri, desynced, and despawning out of the game? We're going to talk about that. So looking at the clip here, as you can see, the warlocks pulled and the spellbinder was pulled perfectly by the hunters. I am grabbing Square out, and as you can see, our mage has already been one shot and dead. I think they just decided to flame strike instead of doing an arcane explosion, which happens. It is what it is. So I'm calling for Petri at this point. As you can see, everybody's running, starting to Petri. These are running out. And you can tell by my health and rage bar here. My rage bar is not moving. My health bar is not moving. That is telling you very quickly in this clip that I have already petried. I have called the F4 and I am F4'd and I am out of the client. Now, why this gets interesting is we're going to talk about it here in a minute. So I want to play out the rest of this clip because I want to show you that I actually did petri and all the 4, and I'm just not talking out of my ass and that I got cheated out of a character due to a server issue, which basically didn't register the petri, but it still went through as a petri successfully. So go ahead here. Pause. He got teleported back due to the spellbinder. Here's Square. Here's my target, so you know I'm immune and also de-aggroed. Otherwise, they'd be sitting there hitting me. And here is the technicians that I apparently died to. So basically, what this clip is going to basically tell me, and I wish I had more of a clip, is that these mobs are essentially going to come back to my tune later in the poll because essentially my tune gets off Petri and becomes active again for God knows whatever reason, because I'm already out of the client. So going ahead and looking at the log here, this is exactly the pull that we're talking about. As you can see, my death is not registered, only gators here. And again, my death was not registered on the death log add-on in the game or the Blizzard one or really anywhere. So looking at buffs here, let's go ahead and take a look at buffs. You can go to petrification. As you can see, I did actually pop a petri and the log recorded that I popped it successfully. So going ahead and looking at the timeline here, you can see that Frenzy right here did pop a petri at 16 seconds and that I actually popped it before some other people did, and some people actually did before me. So why was my tune the only one to not leave the instance as everybody else did and alt F4'd correctly? I don't know, maybe a Blizzard server issue. So we're going to talk about this. I'm going to pull up events. As you can see, again, I did end up popping the petri at 16, and you can see a good 12 to 15 raiders popped it after me, and some did before me. So it wasn't a petri and alt F4 issue. So this is the interesting thing here is if you go to damage taken and you click on my name, you can see that I did take that initial bomb damage in the clip, but there is no recording of anything of me taking damage after that petri. In fact, you can see here that I'm not taking any damage. This is where I petri, and there is nothing after that. So based off of this alone, I did successfully petri and alt F4 because the log would have picked something up from me either getting healed or something like that mid Petri, correct? So the log could not track me anymore because I was Alt F4'd and out of the client already. So going off of that log alone, we have shown that I did Petri, I did Alt F4 correctly. The log essentially has me disappeared, which is what we were looking for. That means that I successfully Alt F4'd on time in between the Petri and the Alt F4, so it wasn't an issue on my end. So basically, and we can go to damage taken, we can go to events. As you can see here at 14 seconds, that was my last damage. I did Petri at about 16, so there's nothing coming up and this doesn't add up. And I also had healing. For some reason, it's not showing healing. Oh, because it's by me. But I was also getting healed at the same time. So the flat damage didn't kill me. So what exactly killed me? Well, nobody knows and Blizzard doesn't know either. So basically what I did is I took the timestamps, I took everything and I jumbled it up with links, posted in AI, and AI gave me the same exact answer that Blizzard gave me. Essentially, with the amount of people that were Petring and Alt F4ing, the server essentially failed to desync my character due to a server lag issue. So what AI and then what Blizzard confirmed after I've chatted with AI is essentially that I died due to a server lag issue, and basically there was a 20 to 20 or 25 to 30-second gap of basically the Petri working but not actually working on the server side. So what happened was, yeah, the Petri worked. It successfully worked. I did Alt F4 and it did de-aggro and immune myself, but essentially it never actually recognized me as Petriing. So what happened is that my tune somehow became active and off of Petri 20 to 25 seconds later, which adds up in the timestamp because I died about 30 to 30 seconds later. So basically the Petri came off before it even recognized that I actually had a Petri and was despawned. So it's a mess. It's a mess. I've already proven that I've done nothing wrong on my end and that Blizzard has essentially screwed over my character. So after showing them this and talking to them about this situation and what happened, you can already expect the type of answer that I got, even though they admitted that it was on their end. So first I started with opening a ticket, and obviously I got a bot response saying the guide covers common issues, and they were basically telling me that I need to troubleshoot my connection issues and that it was my fault. I've already proven in the log, in timestamps, that I did not do anything wrong, and the clip that I was immune and petried and desynced and Alt F4 off of the client. So I said this automated response solves nothing and it's not what I'm talking about at all. I provided proof and I said I'm willing to go over logs and links like that. We're both players and I can see how passionate you are for the game. Sadly, we as GMs wouldn't be able to investigate further. If you believe your hardcore character was caused by death or bug server issues, please submit a bug report. So I did all that. I said, I'm not going to let this go. You guys are just going to try and slide this under the rug. You cheated me out of a tune that I spent 40 days on. I've been a loyal Blizzard player forever. You guys cheated me out of a tune. Here's all my clips, my links. I have all the proof in the world. So this is where it gets interesting. Because of the nature of your request, I escalated your case to a higher tier game master to ensure we gave it a careful review it deserves. And after that deeper review, I do have to affirm what my fellow GM mentioned earlier. Customer support is not able to resurrect hardcore characters under any circumstances. That's the key part there. Because after the further review, yeah, we messed up. Yeah, something happened, but we can't do anything about it. Now, I completely understand that this was a server-side issue. If you haven't already, I strongly recommend submitting a bug report in-game or via link. So this is key to helping improve the game's integrity and stability moving forward. So they want me to file a report. They've already acknowledged that the server messed up and somehow the Petri was messed up on Blizzard server's issue. And nobody else died except me. They've already admitted that. And they're saying, oh, just file a report and maybe we'll take care of it in the future going forward. But yeah, you kind of got screwed and we're doing nothing about it. So that's where I'm at right now. I got cheated out of a tune that I've spent 40 plus days on. Please be careful with hardcore. I know that's what we all sign up for, but I never expected to lose a tune this way. Appreciate y'all watching the video, and I'll see you another time.